Well, at the governor's request, we've come out with the teams, not only from the locals, but also with the state, to come out and simply verify the losses and the damages that the governor saw himself on Friday. And we're simply here to verify these losses.
What does that entail? Are you going literally door to door and going inside homes?
We can't go every single address, but we can get a very good idea. Our individual assistance experts can get a very good idea of the amount of damages that have come to Arlington last Tuesday, and of course the other counties as well. We focused on Friday on Lancaster and Kaufman counties and came up with numbers on that to submit to the governor. Today it's Tarrant County.
Can you give me some ideas to what the damage is, where it's worse, how you would compare all three from what you've seen so far?
Well, this is where the National Weather Service comes in so handy and so good, well, because they come up with the EF ratings and an EF2 or an EF3 and just how much damage was done. But once again, as far as damages and where we are with FEMA, it's far too early to find out if we're going to get a declaration or not.
What are your... Go ahead, Jim.
Considering this was an EF2 over here, I suppose, but you've got a much denser population. Could damage be as high as it was in the F3 out in Florida?
It just depends. It's tornadoes are they're fickle, and you can have one neighbor that's got some potted plants over in the backyard, and the neighbor next door to them has lost the second story of their house. So they're very, very different. Tornadoes are very different.
So what do you come up with then? Do you come up with like a overall dollar estimate, or what? What kind of report do you submit?
Yes, dollars, and the main one of the main criteria we look at is insurance, uninsured or underinsured.
Did you come up with a dollar estimate on Lancaster and Forney?
No, we have to have all three counties put together, and we put those together as a total. And then that will be submitted to the governor. And the governor from there will then make a decision on whether to ask for a presidential declaration. We have a very, very good rapport with Texas Division of Emergency Management out of Austin. We work together very closely. And again, I can't say enough for the local level, working with not only Tarrant County, but the city of Arlington, as well as Kennedale, where we're in southern Arlington today. But they've all just been excellent to work with.
With 16 tornadoes over such a wide area, does this kind of stretch your resources thin to get this accomplished?
Well, no, it doesn't. We fall under the Department of Homeland Security, and so the resources are not stretched to the max, if that's what you were asking.
It's a big project for you all, though.
It is. It's a big one. It was a big tornado that came through. It was a big tornado that came through. There was quite a bit of damage. A lot of the homeowners and renters we've talked to are insured, and we'll go from there.
What's the biggest challenge when you guys are undertaking something like this?
Probably just the amount of real estate that we have to cover. We have the three counties, and two of the counties have already been taken care of. We had three teams, and because of having three teams, starting off in Dallas County and Kaufman County on Friday, we were able to cover a lot of ground very quickly. And there again, we had excellent partnership with the local folks over there. Now we have one team today in Tarrant County, and again, where the damage was in southern Arlington, we can focus on this town today, this city.
Can you tell me what the day ahead promises? Have you plotted out a course where you're going to be going from here to roughly?
We do a lot of windshield time. We can get an awful good idea of just the amount of damages straight from the windshield, but as we're stopped right now, we have our individual assistance experts that are out, and of course that's not just FEMA, but with the state. And one other thing I need to remind everybody is that we work very closely with the SBA, the Small Business Administration. So there's a big team that comes out. Thank goodness for the Arlington Fire Department. They've got us a 12-passenger van. We're all able to drive in the same van and read from the same book.
To hear all the steps that have to be completed, it sounds as though any help from Washington is still some ways off.
It could be, but not necessarily. Once again, we can't second-guess the governor at all. There's no way. We're just simply going to give him our findings, along with the city of Arlington and Tarrant County and the other two counties as well.
Judging from what you've seen in the past and the amount of damage you've seen so far, does it seem likely? Is it hard to say?
It's way too early to tell. Yeah, Cynthia, it's much too early to tell.
How much interacting is there while you guys are out here assessing with the homeowners?
We do. If there's not a percentage, we simply will find out if there's a home that's obviously been demolished and completely destroyed. We're going to try to find the homeowner. Many times they're not there. We have found that a lot of homeowners and renters have family they're staying with, and that's one of the other criteria that we look at, is how many people have been displaced. Are they home? Are they living with relatives? Or are they staying in a hotel?
When you do get to interact with them, what's their mood like?
Well, fortunately, it's been very good. And again, the just right from the local level of how much people have been helping people has been amazing to see in the city of Arlington, as well as the other towns that we visited too. It's just people helping people.
So when you look, one last question, when you go to find out if people are insured or uninsured, you don't necessarily need to have them here to determine that information. Is that sort of research work that is involved in that case?
Well, that's precisely right, exactly. And then also the age of the neighborhood can maybe play a part of that.